Hey, buddy. All right, Brad.
Hey.
I got you a hat,
All right.
a butter knife,
All right.
and a surprise.
I've never sharpened a hat before.
Brad, I found this. This is a retired American tool from the great Sears, Roebuck and Company.
Wow. I can tell by the box it's not new. All right. And we'll pick all that up here in a minute. So, let's see. So that one.
Oh my God, this is so anticlimactically exciting.
Yeah, well, I'm missing one sharpener.
Okay. It doesn't matter, does it?
Well, it kind of does if we forget it. All right, so let's see what we've got here. All right, your Craftsman wet sharpening machine, okay, and it is a 9_66995. Okay, it's no ordinary sharpener, and it's obviously power cord. That looks like a grinding wheel. You know, this wet sharpening machine. Okay, so I'm going to use my drinking water, I guess. Hi, buddy.
Or his slobber.
And so let's see. I don't want to not. Okay, that looks like a felt that might be for holding the water or something.
Wow.
And that's about it that's in the box. Okay. That's what it looks like on the box. All right. So
That's pretty cool.
There. But I'll turn it around.
All
Okay.
right.
And I think this is a currant bush.
All right.
No, probably not. It looks like a tree. All right, so let's.
There's an extension snake.
Extension snake!
Careful.
You know, okay.
See if it's hot, lick it.
Yeah. Okay, so. All right. That's that. Ready?
Oh
Set?
my God, this thing is 40 years old.
Let's see. We gotta get you over here maybe and get that in the sun.
We're looking good. We're looking good. Let's.
All right. So
I don't want too much shadow.
That's a really nice smooth.
Wow.
surface.
So look, it's got an adjuster right here for the.
Yep, for your angle, your
you-
bevel, your
okay.
degree, whatever. So we open them up. And move.
God, I wish we had like a butter knife or something.
Well, you know, I think we can probably find one.
That's right. I just gave that to you. I totally forgot.
All right. So anyway, and it's really, really thick. I mean, like thick. It does have a serrated edge on it, and those are actually just a little bit sharp. So I'm really not going to do too much of that because I believe I could cut myself. Besides, that little kid should never see you play with.
Yeah, only do that 5 times.
All right, so anyway, let's see what we got here. Okay, all right, so that would be 90 degrees right there. That's pretty cool.
I'm gonna come around on you.
All right, that would be pretty cool right there. That's 90 degrees. So then as you slide it in and turn it up and move it closer, you can change the angle, the bevel, the degree, whatever you want to call it on your cutting edge. So if you have your knife like this and you run it along there like that, or if you want to take the edge off of something, 90 degrees to it, and then you have a tightener over there, a tightener over here. So it would look, let's just do it. Water. Yeah, we got to figure out.
You just pour it on it. I watched some YouTube videos. Just pour the water on the wheel.
Okay. I was thinking maybe there would be something that would drip or drizzle water, because it's going to throw the water off pretty fast.
Turn her on.
Yeah, hang on. I'm just going to let some of it soak in so it don't just throw it off. I got to be honest with you, I have never used a whetstone or grinder or anything with water. Never in my life. That's just going to throw that water right off. And, and I
Just do it. That's what I seen in the videos.
mechanically thinking, I just can't see any actual benefit to this in a way without water running on it. Okay, so I guess that's what they did in the videos. Okay. Now you want to keep it moving across, I do know that, because if you hold it in one place like that and just keep the knife moving in one place, it's going to eat a hole in that little stone. And I think it's still pretty flat. I can't really feel any ridges. I can see a little bit right in here that maybe somebody used a little too much right there. All right, so let's, and it's really smooth, so it's going to take a little bit. So let's change the angle. And the more I play with it, the faster you get at learning. Oh, hold on a minute. There's water. Okay, I get it. It does run in a submerged bath. All right, down in that hole, there's a little tray. All right, so we fill up, okay, until it runs out. And then the wheel, this is making sense now. Okay, see how it's kind of dripping there? I filled that tray up with water. The wheel was running in the water, probably maybe like that deep. So why the water in the first place? You need to float the particles off of the knife, the metal. You need to float that off of the wheel so it doesn't plug it up, okay? And
Hydrate.
you know, if I don't want to get plugged up, I got to drink water. All right, so let's go ahead. It's kind of loud. It's a little obnoxious. You wouldn't want to do this on your nightstand while the wife is trying to sleep unless you're a little PO'd at her, you know. All right, so, whoop. Okay, I learned something there. All right, we're learning stuff. How funny, actually. All right, so let's tip it about like that. Tighten up the little tighteners on the side. And I am not going to sit directly. I will, but I'm just going to move it so it throws it. Okay, come in from the side, and when I turn it on, watch it pick up the water and throw it out from here. Oh, it must have emptied it down enough.
Just got it. All right.
Okay. Retired American Tool by Craftsman.
Wow. What's happening?
Okay, come around here in the light.
Are we gonna have to go to the box of knives?
Yeah, well, yeah, we might have to. And this is really not very aggressive, but it's happening. You can see the definite shine on there. Okay, now I'm going to turn it over and go the other way.
What's it feel like
All right, let's see.
to use it? What's that feel like? Is it a little?
Oh, this?
Yeah, because they make different grits. I understand of that stone too.
Okay, well, if I had a rougher grit, you know, more coarse grit, it would be a lot better. You would get there, and it's hard to even see what I've done to it, but I'll hold still on this side where the serrades are. All right, and they are getting lower. It is taking them off. It's not real fast, and you would get there after a while. But see, with the serrades being about, I'm just going to guess like 7 or 8, maybe 10 thousandths of an inch, probably 10 thousandths of an inch deep. You're literally, to make that knife super sharp, you got to take at least 10 thousandths of an inch off of that knife. So that's kind of how it works. This is not going to work very good, very fast. So I think, unless you want to make a little longer
Let's sharpen a video with one of your box of knives there.
Okay.
I mean, sharpen a knife, make a video.
All right.
What am I talking about?
All right, so let's just pull this one out of here. Okay, out of the box of knives. All right, now that's kind of cool. That one would be easier because, I mean, it's not like real sharp, but it will sharpen up. So let's go ahead and check, first of all, on the fantastic paper here, Denver Magazine. Okay, and our Denver book. So that's not too bad, but you got to keep coaxing it. You got to keep turning it, cutting into it, and coaxing it, or it won't cut. So let's see what we got here. Just for the heck of it, let's make sure we are running in water.
The Craftsman wet sharp machine.
Yeah.
From Sears.
You know, that thing was probably, you know, I don't know, 40 years ago, it might have only been like $20, $18.95 or something like that, you know. So, and you know, I mean, it could be a pretty good tool in your arsenal if you're actually sharpening knives. And then, okay, that's kind of cool. I didn't notice that. That's a little whetstone right there. And see the color coming off on it? So you would probably, I guess, turn it in the end or something and do that. And I can see it's never been marked. I mean, that thing was in perfect, okay, hang on a second. It actually says, oh, hone stone. So when you get done grinding and shaping, then you use the hone stone on it, all right? And when I tipped it, I dumped some of the water out of the little reservoir, so we'll do that again. When I turn it on, I won't be so close to it, or I just get a bath here. All right, so let's look. Okay, it's throwing some water out. All right, let's see what we're getting here. You know, part of the reason that God allowed man to put pants on himself, so you have somewhere to wipe your knives. Just like that. Okay. Ooh, she's a shiny one. And we'll see. I'll hold still here just so you can, you know, kind of come in and look at it like that. All right. Now, I'm not sure it's a lot sharper. It is. You got to reprofile the blade and get it down. It was like a 20 on each side, and that's way too thick in my opinion. All right, so, well, you know what, folks? When I said it's not a lot sharper,
It's a lot sharper.
It's a lot sharper. Okay, so now that I'm that far, I wouldn't use, you know, I don't know, that's just awkward where it is trying to use that. I guess you would just have to turn this, maybe, and do that. I'm not real sure why I would even do that. Just like this. but we're going to try to do it like they intended it to be done. And let's see, and who knows, maybe I get fooled. I'm not a whetstone guy, never have been, never will be. Actually, I think that's worse. All right. So now we're going to do
So what
this.
they did is they took this entire product and they put it into a compact sized tool called what? The Sharpens Spark?
Oh, the Sharpens Spark, yeah.
Oh my
know?
goodness. The
And
things they don't do.
I got to do a shout out here. Dennis Hancock from over around Morgan, Utah, is the one who started these 30 years ago. And he's seen an idea of a sharpener, and then he expounded on that, and he made his own. That came out to be Handy Sharp. Okay, so the original Handy Sharp was flat, and it just had one piece of carbide with 2 corners here and 2 corners there. There was no V or anything. I still have that original sharpener, and it's the blue one. So when on my table, when Chance does the filming at a show, and I show you the old one, the blue one with a cord on it like that, that is not the very first sharpener ever made, but it is a sharpener out of the batch of the very first sharpeners that was ever made by Dennis Hancock. So Dennis, I thank you a lot. He's the one who invented 13 different models of these sharpeners. And the original of the Sharpens Spark was the bigger one. We just call it the Sharpens Spark. Then we call this the Sharpens Spark Mini. Okay, and I noticed something about these two. These are old style because, no, excuse me, these are the first of our new plant that we get them made in, because the knurling on the fire starter is gone. And I'll show you later. We'll do a video at a gun show or something where you see the actual, grip knurling parts of it there. So it's kind of funny. You notice little things. And then also this one has been used quite a bit, and it doesn't have the texture. It's a lot smoother than this one is. So you notice when you pick these up, the old texture that's on there really actually helps you grip it, where this one, if your hands were kind of cold and stuff, it would have a tendency to slide out of your hand.
Show us how it works.
So let's let's go for the Mini. And this one actually says on there Sharpens Spark, and this one on the other side says Live Fire Gear. So I know who this was made for. And this one was made at the factory, but not for us. It happens to be one that was made for another company. And I actually turned out glad that they never came and picked up their sharpeners. Just like this, light pressure. Right along like that, and if you want to, you can set it on something. Run along more like a machine. Come back this way. Don't press too hard on it, especially when the knife is fairly sharp. Go out and drop it right off the point. Just like that, like this, like that, like that. And just get lighter and lighter and lighter on the touch. All right, let's see. First of all, I don't really feel any burr. A little bit. This is how you find a burr. Okay, 90 degrees to the blade. That would be parallel to the blade. That is 90 degrees to the blade this way, up and out. That's 90. So if I drag my hand this way, it doesn't really catch. Now watch what happens when I go the other way. Okay, see how that catches? That means there's a little tiny burr curl on this side. So I'm going to do something kind of fun. I'm going to lay it down. Do that once. Now it doesn't catch that way. Let's see if I chase the burr over to the other side. Not much, so I actually cut the burr off. So let's see. Oh yeah.
Nice.
It's fun to play with the knives. If you have a pretty good understanding what you're doing, what the bevel is, where the burr is, that there even is a burr, how to take the burr off, how to cut the burr off, because you can't just like bend it this way, bend it that way, bend it this way, bend it that way, bend it that way. It'll really probably never come off, because what you're really doing is you're still stringing the metal out. You're still pulling the metal out into just a little, fabric, a little fiber. And unless you actually, let's say I chase it over to there, then I lay it down this way, or excuse me, this way, and I lay it this way, and I push into the stone, and do that. That way I bend the metal over and cut it off. Okay, so there's just a little bit, yeah, there's just a little bit of stuff you have to know, read about, watch videos, or know it because you've been doing this for a long time or somebody showed you. So now that piece of paper cuts so easily. Even
So,
clear out there.
in the end, which one would you rather have in your pocket?
Oh, well, I'd have to have my pocket modified. Okay, probably greatly. You know, are you happy to see me, or is that a electric knife sharpener in your pocket? You know. So, anyways, yeah, in my pocket, it's definitely going to be that one, or this one. Okay, or that one. If I could only have one, I would probably take this one, because in the wintertime when my hands are cold, it's a little easier to hang on to. It does have the bottle opener. And we call it a Sharpen Spark for a reason. Let's see if we can set the property on fire here. It does have the sharp and spark. That's why we call it Sharpen Spark. So this is really a cool tool. I've never seen one before. It is probably at least 40 years old. It's a Craftsman. It was made by Sears years ago. I can see how this would have some value around your place, especially if you want to have some fun, take a whole bunch of knives, reprofile them completely with the grinder, and then work on them a little bit as I did with the, I want to call it a handy sharp, sharpensbest.com. There are several different varieties of them. But it would be fun, just take a bunch of knives, reprofile them, and you know, fix them up, make them sharp, and you know, just kind of play with this. Would be a fun tool to use. But when I'm just out somewhere, obviously I'm going to want one of the Sharpen Spark by sharpensbest.com. So you go to sharpensbest.com, take a look at all the different products, the different packages. You can buy what we call like the Sharpen Spark family. So it might have 2 or 3 of these. It might have the big brother, little brother situation going on. It might be that there's 3 or 4 or 5 of these. So the bigger the package that you buy, the cheaper they get. And if you buy over $100, we're going to give you free normal shipping. But I think for the next few days, there's some express mail going on in there. So you go to the site, sharpensbest.com, take a look, see what's offered. You know, buy the packages. You can buy them with a credit card or PayPal. Christmas is coming, you know, so all of your hunting, hiking, camping, fishing, outdoors, survivalist, bug out bags, or just somebody who maybe they use their knife, maybe they install AstroTurf or something and they use their knife all the time for cutting. Maybe they run shipping department, so they're using knives and things. So just go on sharpensbest.com, take a look, find the family of sharpeners that you want to buy, make a purchase, then take a look and see what's offered for shipping at the time. This is Brad Buckner, sharpensbest.com. You take care and you stay sharp out there.